Just walking around minding my own business. Little scratchy throat, little cough, just thinking it's nothing. So I go to my local doctor. It looked like pneumonia to him. I go back in 2 days. O2 is starting to drop, and he says, "You're going to the hospital."
He had seen his primary care physician and then came to the emergency room and was admitted as a case of flu, but then his condition got really bad within the first 24. Not many people do that. He had to be moved to the intensive care unit and had to be intubated and was on the ventilator. He was not waking up. Not only that he was waking up, we couldn't even have him move any of his limbs. He was totally paralyzed.
He couldn't speak, he couldn't move. You can't even point. And I think that was the hardest thing.
Literally everybody thought that this is how he's going to remain. By the time he came here, he had he was on full vent support and could not move at all.
I remember going to the emergency room through the whole check-in process. Then I remember waking up 16 days later.
He was in bed, he couldn't move his hands, his feet, he couldn't wiggle. You know, those are the little things that we test for.
For Mr. Shadle, the fact that he is so young and had absolutely no medical problems before all this started, I just didn't want to give up on a young guy like him.
Over the course of his stay here, just seeing him being able to move just a finger each day and then move a foot and then sit up and do all that stuff, that was just amazing.
It was a lot of hard work. One of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life was raise my hand off the bed.
So we kept pushing on it, and it was persistence, and he responded to the treatment and did very well.
I felt better each time we made progression.
Then his swallow valve came back okay and he was able to swallow, so we started him on a diet.
They really tried to make me comfortable. They tried to make me better.
So once he started taking oral feedings, that was very hopeful. And then we were able to get the PEG tube out. And then off the vent.
They wore my butt out. I mean, they worked me, and I'm so glad they did.
How do you feel, Mr. Shadle?
Wore out.
Wore out?
But making progress. I'm walking in 2 weeks.
By the time he left Kindred, he was able to stand.
I didn't know he could do it. He surprised us on purpose, and I wasn't expecting it yet.
That was something we had not expected that he will ever do, so that's how the progress was.
And I saw him hug his wife, and it finally felt real, the healing. He survived.
I love seeing people grow and get better, and seeing somebody that comes in that's bedridden on a trach ventilator and able to walk out the doors is why I do what I do.
I will tell you that while my family was there for me 24/7, I have an extended family now, and that's the healthcare professionals at Kindred Hospital.